Hey everyone, welcome back to Google Workspace Recap, where we review everything new to Workspace every week. My name is Jesse Nolan, my co-host is Steve Larson, and we're here to help you keep up. Announcing our new certification segment, we are partnering with our friends over at Jamf. I'm going to walk you through their Jamf Certified Associate Certification, and as always, we're going to do a deep dive into how it was set up, how to study for it, and how to pass the certification. So tune into us on YouTube on September 26th for the live stream and possibly some giveaways. That's going to be at noon Central. So it's 10 o'clock Pacific time, I believe. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to get notified. Steve, look at you, all sharp with your new lights, new microphone, new camera. Look at this. Lights, camera, action.
We've got a few new devices here. I've got the same mic as you. We've got a little J5 Create 4K camera that's picking up some better quality here within Riverside, which the Brio 4K was not unfortunately passing to them.
You're coming through in 4K. I'm only recording in 2K at the moment.
Yeah,
so
some new lighting over there, lighting over here, so looking good.
Yeah, and you got it positioned well, so you're looking into the camera. Good job there.
trying to do my best here, yeah.
People on the podcast side are going, will they shut up about this already?
Well, you know what? I think I was actually watching our episode from Next on Spotify on my phone, and you know, you've got the video feed from that. So
I do. You know, it's a Spotify feature. Yep.
Yeah.
I was actually one of the original beta testers of that feature for Spotify. There weren't many people that were uploading video to Spotify. I'm like, upload a video, like it's the same file to me. What do I care?
Yeah.
Somebody wants to watch it on Spotify, go for it, by all means. I do on occasion because it's just, you know, an easy way to have it on the phone and you know, have it open and whatnot.
Yeah. But yeah, it was looking good. I liked that episode. I think I got halfway through, so it was good.
It's a long one, but it's a great one.
It was good. Yeah, no, it was really good way it started. So yeah, we've got, you know, pretty decent episode this week. A few updates that happened during the week, 5 of those, and 5 that happened in the end of week recap. So the first 5 that we saw was the expanding autocorrect to Google Chat on the web. Also, we have some expanding streamlined file organization across Google Workspace, some updated zoom in and out capabilities across Google Docs, slides, and drawings. There's a lot of expansion here, expanding language support,
expanding,
for captions
updating.
and meet. Yep. Yeah, I was just actually talking to someone in some of the Arabic-speaking countries, and there's some translations happening there with actually different dialects of Arabic, which is kind of cool to see that.
And English groups. UK, because that's a tough one.
It is. Next one is dynamic groups. Is going to be supporting negation queries.
This is nice.
Yeah, and then I know that is pretty big. Well, also just negation in general from some of the rules and like DLP and everything like that. Everything else like that. Like it's not as like I don't know as expansive or like supporting like the positive negative kind of queries within all those different rules. It's kind of problematic though when you're trying to figure out like how to say, oh, I want to accept everything but this, right? It doesn't always happen. It's not always possible within Workspace. And then moving into our published releases, we have the expanded branding and customization capabilities to Google Sites. There is the introduction of new low latency, ultra low latency viewer experience for in-domain live streaming in Google Meet. And I was reading some of the comments that alpha testers were having with that, and the improvement is just like substantial. You know, this is going from things like, you know, 20-second delay to like sub-millisecond delays on this now for ultra low latency. So this is, you know, really allowing large organizations to you know, have like kind of real-time responses from people in the Q&A sections, things like that. So it's a huge improvement there. We'll talk more about that when we get to it. Next is locking files more easily in Google Drive. And then finally, increased row limits in connected sheets for BigQuery. And then we have a few things, of course, in the news. We have the article. We have a couple of things from the cloud community here. Generative AI for enterprise is, you know, how to get started with AI support on Vertex AI. There's also a deep dive into Google Workspace security and how to make a safe and smart collaboration a reality. And then
both
finally,
of those are events. That's what I was saying there.
Events. There you go.
Yep.
Yep. And then also another little article here about Google getting a fresh look and new features for his 15th birthday.
Chrome. Chrome gets the fresh look.
Oh, Chrome.
Not Google.
Chrome. Yeah. Missed the keyword there. Chrome is getting a fresh look. Yes.
Yep.
There you
It's
go.
late. We started late tonight. Steve's already having trouble reading.
It is. Yeah, actually it is. Jeez, 11:45 here. Okay.
Here, I'll make the font
first
bigger
one.
for you. How about that?
That's all right. So first thing is Google Chat on the web is going to automatically correct misspelled words, making it easier to send messages without typos. So this is kind of similar functionality to what Gmail has in Google Docs, and they're going to be shown with a gray underline so you can know when to autocorrect when the autocorrect has occurred. So that's rolling out now to all English users. Next, there's some expanded streamlined file organization across Google Workspace. So as a follow-up to an update earlier this year, there's an expansion to the updated visual experience to Google Docs, Sheets, Slides, Drawings, Sites, and Gmail. That's one of the biggest lists of apps that we have here in some updates. So users will now have access to some helpful suggestions when moving files and adding shortcuts to files and also creating copies of files. So that will be rolling out to wrap release and schedule release domains on a bit of an extended pace, so which means a little bit longer than 15 days for visibility. So keep an eye out for that in the next few days or weeks. Next, there is that updated zoom in and out capabilities across Google Docs, Slides, and Drawings. So this will give you some additional capabilities to zoom in and out to the docs and slides.
Keyboard shortcuts.
You can also, and also you can smoothly zoom in and out using this trackpad or mouse wheel with some modifier keys, the command or control buttons there. So a lot of keyboard shortcuts exactly, which I've always been using like command plus minus is what I've been doing with the zooming in and out. 0 to go back to the kind of 100%. So that's what I've been doing.
Yeah, well, this is definitely a welcome one because I actually was doing a presentation with somebody recently, and they were trying to expand in Sheets and trying to zoom into just like one corner of it because it was on a big TV, and there were people way in the back they couldn't see, and they would zoom in, then they couldn't zoom out, and then we had to reload the page just so that it would reset, and then zoom back in again to a different part. Like that's how they were navigating. It was like, oh my god, this is terrible. It's an awful experience. So I'm really glad to see this. Make it easier.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah. And then
I mean,
also,
there's dots and slides, but still.
Oh, yeah. Next one here, we have the expansion of the language support for captions and Meet. So this will start to expand out to more languages. It's just like, I mean, this is like crazy, the number of like languages and dialects and everything here. So it's really, really, I mean, amazing to see this and how far this has come from the early days of just having an English and, a few of the main European languages. So Arabic, 4 different Arabic dialects. You've got Bengali. You've got some different, dialects from India. It's just crazy. Like there's a lot of stuff here.
I don't even know how to pronounce some of these.
I know exactly. You've got a bunch of different dialects here. Really different. Well, I don't know if dialects, it's languages, probably like from South Africa,
and
Swedish. A lot of stuff
Swedish.
here in beta. Swedish, yeah, Swedish, yeah. Swedish in beta. Interesting. Okay, taking that long. Like UK English also, like it's taking that long to get it right. But there you go. Keep an eye out for those. Coming out to Meet, and also moving from beta into GA soon. But that is available now to Workspace customers. And I think also keep in mind that is most likely going to be, is that one of the different features moving to Duet AI language support for captions? I forget which ones, because one is captions, one is translation. So one of those two or both, or might be moving to
Translate.
AI, so.
Use Duet AI to translate captions in these languages.
Yeah.
That's in the help article.
Yeah.
So it's the translation side. Mm-hmm. Currently.
Yep.
We'll see.
Right. Last but not least, in the end of week recap posts, it's that dynamic groups is going to be now supporting negation queries. So you can now create and edit dynamic groups to use some negation and membership queries. So as an example here, you can opt to create a dynamic group that excludes all users from a particular sub-organization or specific job title. And there's a few limitations there, though, however. So you might want to keep in mind that any query that exists macro and using the and operator, or queries where the not operator is used inside of the exists macro, will not be supported. So just have a closer look at what that means, and the help article with that one, and do a little testing and get familiar with what this is now going to mean for you.
Well, this is also a really, I was going to say this is a really big announcement because dynamic groups can control spaces now. And so you're going to have a much better time of getting much more granular and specific with your dynamic groups to be able to dynamically control your spaces.
Yeah. So keep an eye out for this as it gradually rolls out to both rapid release and scheduled release domains on a 15-day rollout for visibility, which started today as we're recording here, September 11th. This was available to a few different SKUs: Frontline Standard, Enterprise Essentials Plus, Enterprise Standard, Education Standard, also Enterprise Plus, of course, Education Plus, and Cloud Edited Premium customers only. And then, some help articles for that one, and also a very small image as to what this is, but
sad times.
I know. All right, first update we have of the week. More sites updates. Love to see these. The expansion of branding and customization capabilities to Google Sites. So today, as of last week, on the 4th of September, Google is very excited to announce that you can now easily and quickly create high-quality pre-designed themes for Google Sites. And, this is kind of give you some abilities to, customize the fonts, some brand colors, logos, header images, and some other theme settings, like custom site width and page frames. And users can also employ these when creating a new site or editing an existing site. For those users, they'll start to see this starting last week on the 5th of September, a gradual rollout for both scheduled release and rep release domains, up to 15 days for that visibility to occur. And this is only available, though, to certain customers. So it's just Business Plus, Education Standard, Enterprise Plus, and Education Plus customers. So a very specific feature to sites, which you don't often see. Most of the time it comes out, to all SKUs for sites. But this one is one of the, kind of more advanced features, which is limited to Business Plus and up.
I think you said Education Standard, but it's Enterprise Standard, Enterprise Plus, and then Education Plus.
Education Plus, right. Yeah, Business Plus, Enterprise Standard, Enterprise Plus, Education Plus. Yes, correct.
Got to keep you honest.
Only one. Thank you. It's good that you're following along. Yes, and then the next big one. I mean, this is, I think, a pretty substantial update this week, is that latency increase with live events. So, as you are live streaming your, very large meet event to thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people, potentially, this is going to allow those first, I think it's 10,000 users, as I think I recall reading at one point. So the first 10,000 users that are joining are going to get a look at this ultra low latency experience. I don't think it's part of this article, but I do remember seeing it somewhere else.
Where was it?
I believe it is. There is a limitation, though, to the number of participants that are getting this ultra low latency capability on there. Oh, yeah. Oh, there we go. It's written in text, so that's why I didn't see it. Is that second sentence. So, yes, it is available to the first 10,000 viewers. And additional viewers will have the existing experience. There you go. Yes. And it's going to be only available on the web. Mobile users will be redirected to the web link where they'll have the existing live stream experience. So, for those that are on the web, they can get that better experience. So if you need users to participate a little bit more quickly, get them over to the web version of the live stream. And, not just that, there's like a whole list of bullet points here of what's improving here. So increased speaker video resolution up to 720p per speaker. The presentations are going to be better, showing up to 2880 by 1800. There's up to 2 speaker video feeds that can be shown side by side. So a new layout engine that's going to support any window aspect with dynamic resolution management, some improved automatic camera cuts that focus on the most relevant speakers and content. And
That should be interesting.
And then there's finally that audience interaction, which I was saying, that's going to give that more immediate feedback for emoji reactions, polls, Q&A, and some support for captions and translated captions is going to be coming later in a later update. So a pretty substantial number of improvements there with the ultra low latency feature.
Yeah. I saw a demo also that was showing off the accessibility side of things, where since you can have up to 2 speaker feeds shown side by side, you can have an interpreter in real time and actually show it as one of the pinned tiles up there as well. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Instead of captions.
Next one. Well, let's some details here on the rollout. So I forgot to mention that. Rollout in this one is split between rep released, scheduled release domains, which we'll see. I'm trying to see what this is. Actually, I'm trying to read this. Actually, this is kind of weird. It's weird how they mention this. So it says rapid release and scheduled release domains on a gradual rollout starting the 4th of September. But then it also says scheduled release domains on an extended rollout starting the 18th of September. I feel like they meant there was some specific feature for the differences of each of these two. So I'm not sure which is which.
And then it also specifies that some customers may get it even slower and may not receive it until the end of Q4.
Q4, right.
But it does also say the availability it splits out live streaming and live stream meetings viewed by. So it's possible that these are rolling out as 2 separate features.
Yeah,
even though it's one
that's probably
update.
what it is. So the availability and the rollout pace probably is linked up with those 2 different things. Yes, exactly. So live streaming probably is going to be rapid release, scheduled release domains on the 4th of September. And then live streaming meetings can be viewed by those different customers. Going to be on that 18th of September rollout pace. Probably what that means. So... yeah.
Pretty much is viewed by pretty much all Workspace business and above licenses. No personal accounts, though.
Right.
Yeah, Essentials starter, Essentials users, yeah. Everybody can watch it. Only some of them can do the live streaming, and personal accounts go home.
Right, but I'm looking at what it says here. Live streaming is available for just the enterprise standard and up customers, but live streamed meetings? What's the difference?
Right, so with the partial domain licensing, only those who can do the streaming are those with those licenses, but anybody with the other licenses are able to tune into the meeting. Because it's in domain only, right? So,
in domain, probably, yeah.
It is. No, it says specifically this is in domain only.
Yeah, right.
So once you, I guess you have to have, I guess you wouldn't have a personal account in a domain. So basically anybody in a domain that has a license can view it, but only certain levels can stream it. Standard, Enterprise Plus, Essentials, Enterprise Essentials Plus. Yeah, Teaching, Learning, Upgrade, and Education Plus. And they have got to stop hiring Microsoft people. I'm losing track of what all of these SKUs do.
Oh, well, there's going to be more.
There's more, but wait, soon. There's more. God.
I know. I'm not looking forward to that.
Yep. It's turning into Microsoft. You need a degree in their licensing just to be able to sell this stuff.
Yeah. Next one, some more Google Meet features for Google Workspace individual users here. So if you're an individual user, you'll be able to take advantage of several new Meet features and enhancements. So you have 5 different features available to you, which will be changing. So participant limit, assigned co-hosts, Q&As, meeting transcripts, and guest lists will all be changing. So those participant limits will be increasing from 100 to 150. You'll be able to assign 1 or more co-hosts to manage those events. You'll be able to use Q&A feature to engage with your audience. Transcripts will be able to capture meeting discussions and meeting attendees, of course. And then guest lists, you'll be able to see everyone invited to the meeting, and also have see who's yet to join the call. And you'll be able to see their RSVP status, including optional attendees and RSVP notes. So all of those features will be on by default, and you'll be able to kind of adjust that as needed. Rollout for that will be going on a full rollout starting the 5th of September. And that is going to be a 1 to 3 day visibility feature there. So it should be out to you already by the time you hear this. And of course, only for those Workspace individual customers. Next, we have the ability to lock files more easily in Google Drive.
Lock it down.
Lock it down, yes. So yeah, I mean, this is kind of like, part of what approvals we're doing, and in terms of those different workflows you could create. So this is going to kind of just make some adjustments to the different options you're going to have to lock files by right-clicking the file and selecting file information, and then clicking lock. So it'll be a way for reviewers not to be able to change anything on the file. So edits, comments, suggestions will not be able to be added to locked documents, which I think, edits, I get, suggestions, okay, maybe. But like comments, I don't know. I mean, locking a file without allowing comments, I don't know. I don't see how comments are going to affect a doc. I think
it might draw people back into the doc when you're saying this is outdated. Don't work on this. It's last year's doc.
But that's the whole point of having a single doc and having collaboration and that doc evolving is the comment functionality, right?
Yeah.
And even suggestions. I get edits, obviously. That's obvious that you're not going to have edits. But comments and suggestions should only be available to see, on the editor side. So I don't know. I guess that's kind of something to think about, So do you want viewers, commenters to be able to create those comments and edits, see their own ones, not see others? I don't know. I feel like from the collaboration perspective, what Google's all about is that you should try to encourage more comments and suggestions on documents, even when it's locked, is, I guess, my feeling.
Yeah, I hear you. It's possible this was also something that was hammered through by one of the larger clients that needed it.
Oh, you mean like some of those customers coming from Microsoft?
Maybe.
Probably.
Government customers.
I don't know.
Perhaps. I don't know.
Yeah. So this is going to simplify and streamline the process, which was previously only available through the Drive API or through file approvals, like we said. File approvals is where I was using that previously. This is going to roll out a little bit differently to wrap release and schedule release domains, where you'll start to see this on the 5th of September for wrap release domains, on a 15-day gradual rollout for visibility there. And then schedule release domains, we'll start to see this on the 20th of September, also on the same gradual rollout. And also, this is going to be available to all Workspace customers. So I think file approvals, was not available to all SKUs, if I recall correctly. I think that was limited to certain ones, I thought. Try to look back here on the documentation. But I thought like Business Starter just did not have it, but could be wrong.
I think we need to finish updating our spreadsheet of what things have and don't have so that we have a good resource for this.
I mean, it's open. Anyone can edit it, make some comments. Please join workspaceadmins.org and suggest changes to it.
Well, unlike Wikipedia, it doesn't mean everybody is going to have the correct information.
Well, I know, but that's why there's commenting and approvals and voting changes.
There you go. There you go. I walked into that one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, trying to find the SKUs here, but don't see it. Anyways, let's move on to the last update. So the last one is that there's some increases to the row limits in connected sheets for BigQuery. So this is going to allow you to have pivot tables up to 50,000 rows, where it was previously 30,000. Data extracts have also been expanded to 50,000 rows, whereas previously 25,000. So this will just, of course, allow you to analyze and see a little bit more data as you pull it in from BigQuery. And there's also some performance improvements for pivot tables and extracts there. So where you'll be able to, you'll see some updates to the creation of pivot tables, the deletion of an extract, and also the cut, copy, and paste of data in a pivot table. So a lot of things there, improving within that kind of BigQuery and connected sheets functionality. This is going to be rolling out to both rapid release and scheduled release domains on a gradual rollout starting the 15th of September. And that will be going to all those Workspace customers and users with personal Google accounts. And that wraps up all the updates that we have for the week.
It's a nice, beautiful screenshot on that last one. Thank you. Thank you to whoever did that. Yeah, wanted to shout out to a little Easter egg that I put in last week's episode in the intro and outro. I don't know if anybody noticed. I changed up the song, and the song was Legacyland, which was performed in the developer keynote at Google Next. I do have the full song up on our YouTube channel if you're interested in hearing the actual words version of it instead of just the instrumental. But I threw that in there. I thought it was a nice, appropriate backing track for the show. So let me know if you caught it. Put your comments down below. Let me know. I thought that would be a fun thing to throw in there. Anyway, on to the news here is two events over on the Google Cloud blog, googlecloudcommunity.com rather. And one is Generative AI for Enterprises. Get started with generative AI support on Vertex AI with a live Q&A. That's going to be on September 20th at 9 a.m. Pacific. Link in the description below to sign up for that one. And the other one is a deep dive into Google Workspace security, how to make safe and smart collaboration a reality. And that is on September 21st at 9 a.m. Pacific, also with live Q&A. I will likely be attending both of those because those are very interesting. I found the security session on Workspace at Next very illuminating, and hopefully we're actually going to have the head of Workspace security coming on our show at some point in the hopefully near future. He did agree to come on, but we got to work with Google PR and scheduling. A couple of other people also that we were talking to at Next about getting on the show. Hopefully we can start doing some more guests now that it's easier to meet them, find them and meet them now that conferences are a thing again. Definitely one of the benefits of being in person at Google Next is being able to pull that trick. So hopefully we'll be able to get some more people in here. And again, our event that I mentioned at the top of the show before the last bit of news here is on September 26th is the live stream deep dive into the Jamf Certified Associate certification. We haven't done one of these in a while, but the last two that we did proved to be very popular. So, and there might be a couple giveaways, so definitely tune in for that. Last thing here, and I've already seen this rolling out on a couple of my devices here. Chrome gets a fresh look and new features for its 15th birthday. This one's a little bit confusing because parts of it rolled out, at least to some of mine, and I'm not running beta or Canary like Steve is, and 85 different versions of Chrome on his machine. I just have the regular standard up-to-date version, and even still, it multiple times told me to personalize my browser. I'm like, I did this already like 5 times. So I think they're really pushing that forward here. But it's the new Material U design. Things are a little bit more curvy. Colors are a little bit more pastel-y, a little bit easier to distinguish between profiles, which for somebody like Steve and I, who have about 30 different profiles on our computer here, is definitely welcome. The problem is that you don't remember which color you assign to each profile, so we're just screwed no matter what we do here. Be careful when you click onto those accounts there, Steve. Make sure that you're logging into the right one. As we talked about last week, the new Chrome Web Store is rolling out here, getting those updates. So it also got the material design, curvy quarters, pastel-y colors, things like that. And then there's some new search features as well. And I saw that they're bringing back the reading bar, I think it was. I forget. I was reading something about that. But that's not in this article. This also talks about Google Safe Browsing and protecting you by flagging dangerous sites and files, how often they check, how they check, things like that. So that's also rolling out in this update. And who among you were using Chrome 15 years ago? I was. It's definitely not the same browser it was back then. It's certainly not as fast as it was back then. Maybe it's faster now, but exponentially over time. I think maybe it has a little bit of some extra weight that we need to continue to work to get rid of. Hopefully, the next 15 years, we'll see Chrome continue to evolve and only get faster and slimmer and stop eating so much damn resources and battery. And yeah, please, Google, we would appreciate that.
Speaking I mean, Chrome just uses the resource it has available to it, as we saw.
I was going to allude into that. Yeah, I was going to allude into that. So Steve got a brand new shiny computer on top of all of this stuff that we talked about at the beginning of the show here. And what are the specs on that? It's the M1 Pro.
Well,
it's the Mac 14 or the 16? Which did you buy?
M2 Pro.
Sorry. The M2 Pro. Steve, for the first time, has better gear than me on a bunch of these different things here.
M2 Max.
Yes.
The M2 Max.
14-inch?
1 terabyte of storage. 14-inch screen.
Okay. M2 Max.
1 terabyte of storage. And 64 gigabytes of memory.
I'm drooling over here with 16.
I've never had a server with more than like 64 gigs, really. I mean, maybe I've had one with 128, but like that was decades ago where it was like super slow memory. But yeah, 64 gigs of memory on my laptop.
Ooh. And you opened one Chrome tab and it was gone, all of it.
44 gigs were gone.
Oh my
God. I opened Chrome. I opened Chrome Beta and Chrome Canary, and 44 gigs of memory were gone. Yes, being utilized. Exactly.
Did you have one tab open in each, or was it like 45 tabs open in each? Oh, okay.
It's not a 45, but I had like just a normal amount. So yeah, I mean, right now it's not too bad. I have 27 gigs used, and I really only have like 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have like 8 tabs open plus a few chat windows. But when I sent that to you, I had a lot more tabs open.
Yeah, well,
I definitely downsize when we record. I make sure I have very few windows open.
I generally tend to do that as well.
Yeah.
I have easily 100 tabs open in 3 different windows, as well as chat, WhatsApp, Spotify, Slack, I don't know, some other stuff, my camera software running Riverside, and I only have 16 gig and I'm using 13 and a half. So Chrome is a gas and will expand to fill the space it has, and it'll just, RAM is there, it's going to eat it all up. So, but full credit there goes to both the Mac teams and to the Chrome teams for being able to really balance that. The fact that we're running relatively similar workloads, and whether you have a crap ton more resources or less resources, I mean, it's still a very powerful computer on my side as well, but still to be able to, if you just stop looking at the numbers, and this is kind of some of the magic here, is it starts to just work. And, once in a while things hang, sure. And when I'm editing in 4K, that I want to turn things off for that. But it's really I guess a testament to modern compute engineering and what it's able to do to be able to intelligently juggle all of these tasks in the tabs that we are or are not using actively and things like that. So I am impressed. Nice. May it only continue more with the Apple event that will be happening in 12 hours or so.
A few hours, yes.
This episode will come out after that because I'll be too busy watching the event and then ordering a new iPhone, new Apple Watch, I don't know what else there's gonna have, new iPad Pro. I don't know. I'm gonna spend a lot of money tomorrow. Gotta have the latest and greatest toys, folks.
Do they usually have like the site available to purchase all the stuff the day of the announcement? I thought it was like usually a delay.
Yeah. It used to be delayed, and it's been getting shorter and shorter and shorter, and generally within a day or two or same day, you can get certain items, not necessarily all of them. The iPhones, they have been working on getting like really almost immediately, and I actually work with the Apple business team at my local Apple store, and I call them up. We have a good relationship, and they will actually nab some things off the truck for me. So to make sure that they put it aside for me to just go and pick it up day of, etc. So yeah. Release day, if it's the next day, whenever that day is. It's good to have good relationships with people. So that's how to leverage that, and that's something that I recommend everybody does because it gets me new toys faster, and it can get all of you new toys faster. Anyway, it's late. We're rambling. Like and subscribe. Comments below. Give us a review on the podcasting side. We love all of you. Thank you for coming back every single week on Workspace Recap. Have a good week, and we'll see you next time.